We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, under the stars.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of 2 Cents Plus, and today we're going to do something a little bit different. We were challenged on our idiot-proof horde-based design. One of our viewers by the name of Sci-Fi Guy, I like the way he spelled that, that's pretty cool actually, says, now ditch the guns and advance the days to 50 plus and see how it goes. No one has that set up on day 14. This is a joke, right? So I responded to him and asked him to elaborate a little bit, and he says because no one has a L6 auto with 1000 ammo on day 14. Without your gun, the base goes down. Now pay attention to this main comment. This is the one I'm focusing on. Without your gun, the base goes down. Now his argument here is our base is inefficient if you don't have a giant artillery full of weapons. Now he says try a bow, pistol with 50 ammo if you want it to be semi-believable. Now the reason that I'm making this video is because I know for a fact, regardless of whatever materials this base is made of, or whatever weapons we have, that you will guarantee a survival on Horde. I know this because we did it with minimal weapons. When this whole setup was just wood, we did all of that. We did it live on stream. Now if you want more context as in regards to the video that he's specifically talking about, you'll find a little notification, a little card up top that'll take you right there. Otherwise, you can check out our stream playlist to check out our streams because, as I said, we've done this base design, I think maybe 2 or 3 times now, and it's worked just being made of pretty much frames. So it can be done, but, you know, seeing is believing. The video in question, the one that we put up, was a recreation of that base. We went into a creative area and we recreated it and pre-built it. And gave ourselves sufficient weapons just for test purposes because the subject of that video was the design itself. Didn't really have much to do with the weapons or rather it was day 14 or anything like that. Even though we did specify that you could survive easily on a day 14 horde, that was pretty much the basis of the video, was that this design is foolproof and pretty much fail-safe. Like, you can't die really with this set, and I'm gonna prove that in this video. So what I've done in this video is I've gone to I've put the time up to day 50, and I'm simply just using the things that we have accumulated up until the 28-day period, because on our 28 days later series, this is our season 2 file. We stopped at 28 days. And this is the stuff that I had, with the exception of the AK, because we were doing some experimenting afterwards, and I gave myself this AK after we finished recording on this this one, and I was doing some extra stuff here. So the AK is the only exception, and I don't think that accounts for damage at all. It only accounts for durability. But the point I'm doing this, the reason that I'm doing this video is because I'm going to prove that none of that matters. I am using the AK here, and it is a level 6. But that doesn't matter. This is just showing that we are going to survive a 50 or 50 plus day horde with little to no issue. Now the zombies are gonna be coming through and they're gonna be attacking, but we're not gonna have any issues surviving at all. As you can see, there's a lot of greens and a lot of like infected, not infected, irradiated. That's what I mean. The greens are the irradiated zombies. And they're not getting over. They're just jumping off. And the reason why we call this a foolproof base is because it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what level you're on. It doesn't matter what weapons you have. The zombies are going to keep jumping off and they cannot get to you. You will not die on this horde night. Worst case scenario. The very worst case scenario, and which is what you'll probably have to do if you're low on ammo, which you shouldn't be by day 50, is you after the horde night is over, which you will survive, you'll just have to kill the remaining zombies, which will all be walking, by the way, which is very easy to do. It's not very difficult at all. And even if you did have minimal ammo, you could just focus all of your fire on all the spiders and all the irradiated ones and try to take those guys out first and call those numbers. And after that, the rest of the zombies will be easy. It's not difficult at all. The objective is to survive the Horde night, which is why we made this base. Whatever you do afterwards is totally it's totally up to you. But surviving, if you want to survive the Horde night, whether you have the materials and the weapons available or not, you're gonna survive here, and the base is not going to be gone. And that was the criticism. He said, you know, without your weapons, they destroy that base. It's done. But they can't. It's impossible. You are guaranteed to live with this base build. And that's what I wanted to showcase here. Now, I'm going to let the rest of this footage play out. And then after this footage plays out, for all the skeptics, because I know there will be, and people are being like, oh yeah, you're just making excuses, and that's awfully convenient. You still have that nice weapon, and yada yada yada. Just keep watching. Just keep watching. So as you guys can see, the Horde is over. Minimal to no damage was done to the base. I went through and did a walkthrough to check it out. No cops blew up, luckily, but even if they did, it wouldn't have caused that much of a problem. Day 50 Horde, not a big deal. Now, as I said before, I know there's going to be some skepticism. People are still going to complain about the AK and all this other stuff, and they're going to claim that this base would be finished. It would be destroyed if I just didn't have the proper weapons. So instead of getting the proper weapons, I'm going to do you one better. I'm just going to stand by and watch the zombies come in. And we'll see if the base is still standing afterwards. Spoiler alert, it will be. Now just a note, while the clip is still going, I did bring it down back to the 14-day Horde because that was the Horde that was criticized. With that 14-day Horde, he said if we didn't have sufficient weapons, the base would go down. So I moved it back down to the 14-day Horde, and I am using no weapons. Just to prove the point, there are no weapons at all. Barbed wire and this pathing set that's set up, as I said before, it is made of cobblestone and all that shit, but none of that matters because even if it was just made of frames, the zombies are just going to pass through. As you can see, they are not attacking anything. They're just running through the path that we set up for them. So none of that is a problem. But we'll let this play through. And what I have for you is my partner in crime, Monkey, is actually working to do a complete 7-day period where he's going to pre-build the base made of nothing but wood, and he's working out the entire 7-day period to show you from day 1 to day 7 that a base like this can work with no problems at all. So be on the lookout for that in the future. Oh yeah, and a last minute shout out to Sci-Fi Guy. Thank you for your comment. Because of you, you have allowed us to go back and revisit this build, and I've actually found out a few new things about it in my testing. And maybe I'll do a video about that and show you guys some interesting things that I found. Don't get me wrong, guys. I know this is kind of a gotcha moment where I'm just like, ha, our thing worked or whatever, but we enjoy getting feedback. I like being able to test my builds to see if they actually work the way that I say they do, and I like the feedback, so thank you. Shout out to you for giving us this opportunity to test it even further, and yeah, thank you guys for watching.